Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. And double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who are well and who taught us truth. Today's lesson is going to go into Proverbs, the 4th chapter and the 14th verse. I might start up a little bit, but not going into the ways of the wicked. Not doing as the wicked does, as it says in the NLT real quick. Proverbs 4 and 14 in the NLT. Don't do as the wicked do, and don't follow the path of evildoers. It says, verse 15, don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving. So we're not supposed to be going in the way of evildoers, of the wicked. We're not supposed to be doing as the wicked do, following after their ways. But you have a lot of Israelites who are following after the wicked, following after ungodliness, wickedness, perverseness, and doing as they do, and surpassing the deeds of the wicked, as it says in Ezekiel or Jeremiah. I believe there's one in Ezekiel as well. Jeremiah 5 and verse 28. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. So a lot of individuals, a lot of Israelites are doing as the wicked do and surpassing it. But the scriptures say, and this is King Solomon speaking in Proverbs, not to go into the ways of the wicked man, but to follow after Yahweh Shemi, follow after righteousness. It says, don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving. So we got to keep moving and not follow after the wickedness and the ungodliness that this world promotes, uplifts. Because it also says in Isaiah, the 60th chapter, in the second verse, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people. But the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So a lot of individuals are covered in this darkness. Darkness has covered this earth, and you have a lot of Israelites who are following after that darkness, doing as that darkness wants them to do. But we are not to follow down that path of ungodliness, because that's what it also says in Psalm the 1st chapter and the 1st verse. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. So we can't walk in that path. We can't enter into that path. But following after Yahweh Shemi Yasai, as it says in verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. So we got to follow Yahweh Shemi Yasai and not follow after the wickedness of these people, because it says in Lord willing, this is making sense as well. Precepts keep popping into my mind. But as it says as well in Jeremiah 10 and verse 2, thus said the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed. So now let's get that word, the Hebrew word for learn, in the Blue Letter Bible, H3925, lamad, to learn, to teach, to exercise in. And when you're exercising in something, what you're training your body to get better at. Like if you're exercising, you're running, you're jogging. You're trying to exercise to build stamina. When you're lifting weights, you're exercising and you're lifting weights to build muscle, to get bigger, to get better, to get stronger. And the Lord said not to exercise in the ways of the heathen. Don't practice the ways of the heathen. Don't get better in the ways of the heathen. Don't surpass the deeds of the wicked, which is exactly what Jake did, man. It says to learn, to teach, to exercise in. Then you learn it and you exercise in it. You get better at it, and then you teach your sons, your daughters, and then they exercise in it, and then they get better in it, and then they get worse and worse and worse from generation to generation to generation. And now what? You got Jake celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, the 4th of July, and whatever it may be, man. And now you don't even know you're an Israelite no more. You have forgotten your resting place. It also says, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't be accustomed to the way of the heathen. Customary. This make someone or something accept something as normal or usual. So don't accept this like this is normal, man. Doing what the heathen do. No, we are a holy people, a sacred people. Because when you go into that word holy, Quadash, which we'll get it real quick, in Deuteronomy 14 and verse 2, as well as in Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. Deuteronomy 14 and 2, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. And the Lord Yahweh hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. And then Deuteronomy 7 6 says a special people. That word for holy, H6918, Quadash or Quadawash. It says sacred, holy, set apart, saint. And who are the saints? Israel, as it reads in Psalm 148 and verse 14. We are a set apart people, a sacred people, so we're not supposed to be doing as the heathen do. We're supposed to be set apart from this society, from this world, from these heathen. But you have Jake who are following after the ways of the heathen and surpassing it. So we'll get this real quick. Go back to that Proverbs, and I'm gonna hit the road. Get this word from enter as well. Proverbs 4 and verse. Let's start at verse 12. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt. Let's start up. We'll start at verse 10, Proverbs 4 and 10. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. We're not supposed to receive the sayings of men, the sayings of the heathen, but the sayings of Yahweh Shem Yasah. Let's see what that word sayings goes out to. H561. It says Amar, to utterance, speech, word, saying, promise, command. So we're not supposed to be listening to the commands of the heathen, the commands of our enemies, but the commands of Yahweh Shem Yasai, the word of Yahweh Shem Yasai, not the word of the heathen, the word of our enemies, the word of Esau Edom. Answer, saying, speech, word. But you have a lot of Israelites who are following the speeches and the conducts of Esau, as it says in John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. So they're doing just as the heathen do, man, and worse. But we're supposed to be following after Yahweh Shem Yasai and his words, his sayings, which is for our good. Verse 11. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Wisdom is life, man. What did it say? Wisdom is a principal thing. It might be in the Apocrypha. With all that get understanding. Yes, in the Apocrypha. Wisdom principle. Or let's just put principle. And with all, I know it says with all thy get. Okay, it is Proverbs 4. Okay, I spelled principle wrong. Proverbs 4, and it's in the same chapter, man. Same chapter. Proverbs 4 and verse 7. I just had to jump up just a little bit more. Verse 5. Verse 4. Proverbs 4 and 4. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So wisdom is life, man. Wisdom is the principal thing. Let's get that word principle. Let's see, H7225, Ra'ah Shayath, Ra'ah Shayath. It says, first, beginning, best, chief. It's the first thing. Wisdom is the what? Is the best thing. Wisdom is the beginning thing. Is the first thing. Is the chief thing. The best, man. Wisdom is what you need to live. In the NLT, verse 7 says, getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. And whatever else you do, develop good judgment. So that's what we got to do, man. Because wisdom is what? Wisdom is life. Proverbs 4, verse 13, take fast hold of her. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Now let's get that word enter. Enter, H935. Ba'wa'ah. To go in, to enter, to come, to go, to come in. Let's see one, cause here it is. It says, I'm just gonna look at the other one real quick. Cause it said what? Enter not. Just looking at these words. Look right here. It says to enter into trance. So don't enter into, because it's very easy to enter into a trance of, the ways of the wicked. No, that looks nice. That's what Eve said. It was pleasing to the eyes. It says daze, haze, hypnotic state, dream, daydream. It also says a half-conscious state characterized by an absence of response. So you're not, fully aware. You're not fully responsive. Response to external stimuli, typically as induced by hypnosis or entered by a medium. So yeah, so let's get that. So enter not into a trance, because it's easy, man. Very easy. That's why you got to continue with Yahweh Shem Yasai, pray, fast, study, and etc. So it says to be enumerated. Enumerate, mention, number, one by one, establish the number of. Now let's get it as a verb. It says to list, to itemize. We're going to jump down a little bit. It says to rehearse, to recite. So don't rehearse the ways of the heathen. Don't recite and enter into the ways of the heathen, man. Because you got a lot of individuals who are recite. Now let's get that word recite. Definition of recite. Repeat aloud or declaim. Now let's get that word declaim. Let's see what that says. I didn't get this far. And when I was looking this up. Declaim. Utter or deliver words or a speech in a rhetorical or impassioned way, as if to an audience, to make a speech, to give a talk, to give a lecture. Let's see. Say aloud. So you're supposed to be what? Saying aloud the words of Yahweh Shem Yashai, but you have Israelites who are saying aloud the words of the heathen, man. Oh yeah, I want to celebrate Christmas. Not my God. I like Thanksgiving. I like Halloween. I like 4th of July. I like giving gifts and worshiping the sun god and Jeebus. So on and so forth, man. That's what they're saying aloud. The ways of the heathen, man. Speak out. To make a protest, to make a stand. And they're making a stand for what? For the heathen. For the Esau Edom, for their enemies. And not for Yahweh Shem Yashai. But we're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be following after Yahweh Shem Yashai and his commands, his words, man. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna hit the road. Turn his brightness down. So we're not supposed to follow the ways of the heathen, man. But Jake gonna do what Jake gonna do because they're wicked, man, and ultimately because the Lord didn't choose them. The Lord chose the elect, a remnant, as it reads in Isaiah 1:9. Except the Lord Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we would have been likened to Sodom and been likened unto Gomorrah. Lord didn't choose everybody, man. And as I brought out yesterday in a lesson, Matthew 13 and verse 10, it was given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given. So understanding that the mystery was given unto us, we can't follow after the ways of the heathen, man. We was once in that state of mind, celebrating Christmas, going after the ways of the heathen, whether it been and of course every brother has a different walk. Some brothers may have got tattoos in the past, celebrating Christmas, celebrating these pagan holidays, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, following after the way of the heathen. But coming into Yahweh Hashem Yahshai and his fold and his truth, you forsake all that, man, and you become a new man, a new creature, and you don't go back. You don't dibble and dabble back with that, man. You leave it off. You leave it in the past. Go not after it no more. You may have been in love with the world and what the world had going on and what you had going on, but once you came into this truth, you let all that go for Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Because a heathen would have been like, man, whatever. I'm going to keep serving my God. And that's what a lot of Jakes do as well. They're doing exactly what the heathen do. It's like I meant to go back. They're doing exactly what the heathen do, man. Following after, their own ambitions, their own ways. You have Jake being Muslim, Jake being Christian, Catholic, Buddha, atheist. That's the ways of the heathen. But the Lord said, enter not into the ways of the heathen. Don't enter into the ways of the wicked. That's the ways of the wicked, man. Being an atheist. You just don't believe in God. These people are through, man. And Baruch Yahweh Hashem Yahshai that he brought us, Lord willing, we're part of the elect, into the fold, into this truth, into this ministry. And we'll know in that day if we've been chosen, man. So we're just taking it day by day, doing what is required of us. Matthew 22:14, many are called, but few are chosen. As well as Matthew 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. We got to endure, man. We're so close to the end. We're extremely close. We're already 2 months away from 2026. And 2026 is looking like it's going to be a big year, man. And Lord willing it is, man, because we're tired of this shit. We're tired of this hellhole. We're tired of the same old bullshit that we deal with every day from our enemies. But at the same time, Jake loves it. Jake loves this, man. That's why they got to die. And that's why they will perish. Not because we said so, but because the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai ordained it to happen. So don't enter into the way of the heathen. Don't enter into the ways of the wicked, lest ye fall with them. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before I end it off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakadash, and double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.